everyone, and welcome to my astrology channel. My name is Terry, and I am going to do a little mini reading for Taylor Swift's astrology chart. And this is related to her relationship with Travis Kelce. I'm just looking at the aspects and transits that I think would affect their relationship. But I also did a whole separate video on their relationship chart. And this is how I like to read astrology for relationships. I like to look at the chart of them together, which creates its own separate entity of a chart. And then to look at each chart separately. I looked at Travis's astrology chart and Taylor's astrology chart to look at transits that could be affecting their relationship in the next year as they just start to bloom together. And so today I'm going to unpack what Taylor has going on. And some of her transits that really are beautiful. And it's almost her birthday on December 13th, as she is a Sagittarius. What I really love that stood out to me right away, maybe because I'm a water sign myself, is that she has Moon conjunct Jupiter in Cancer in the 8th house of Scorpio. Wow, this is a mystical, magical, beautiful transit that really allows her to get in touch with deep emotions and express them to the world, which has been what she's done in so many of her songs. It's just beautiful. And the moon is right at home in Cancer because the moon rules the sign of Cancer. And Jupiter is exalted in Cancer. So she's got Moon, Jupiter, both in Cancer. Moon right at home. She's somebody who feels right at home wherever she goes. And Jupiter, the king of wishes, exalted. Whew, she's got an exalted king willing to give her every wish that she asks for. So I hope she's wishing big. And I think she's gotten a lot of things that she's wanted out of life. This is a powerful conjunction in the 8th house that gives Taylor access to her emotions on such a profound, deeply spiritual level that we've all grown to love her music as she shares her emotions with us. But she can make even ordinary thoughts take on a higher, deeper spiritual meaning with that Jupiter. Jupiter expands anything it touches. And here it is, a full moon. Taylor was born on the full moon in Cancer in the 8th house. That's just so powerful. There is an intensity of feeling here. She feels all the feels, and it's deep. And 8th house is the house of Scorpio that rules over sex, death, and other people's money, taxes, and debts. And Scorpio being another water sign, just like Cancer, this brings so much intuitive knowing that affects her sex life and her resources both, of which she guards with so much security, so much secrecy. Scorpios like to lock things up. I'm a Scorpio myself. I love to lock the door. I love to have my possessions in a locked safe. And they like to lock things up so tight, and then sometimes they lose the key. But Taylor's also an incredibly generous person who will give her resources to friends and families, as Scorpios do. And she's not a Scorpio, but this is the 8th house of Scorpio, so it has that Scorpio influence. But Cancers are incredibly giving too. Cancer moon, she's somebody who would help a stranger and rescue anyone she sees in trouble. She has this deep soul connection to her mother in that 8th house Scorpio with the Cancer moon. Her mother seems like they've known each other in past lives, and they are the best of friends. And her mother is such a rock support. And another interesting aspect is that she has Mars conjunct her ascendant in Scorpio at 26 degrees. See, she is a Scorpio rising. Scorpio comes up again and again. And I just did the astrology chart reading for Taylor and Travis, and they meet in the 10th house where Scorpio shows up in the 10th house of career, and there's Venus and Scorpio, and just Scorpio just keeps coming up again and again and again. But Mars conjunct her ascendant, Mars in Scorpio. We just had Mars in Scorpio. Mars in Scorpio is powerful. And Scorpio at 26 degrees, that is a critical degree of Scorpio. That is a powerful ascendant. She's a Scorpio rising, and this is a strong cup of coffee right here. That's what this is. This is a quad mocha. When you've got Mars conjunct ascendant, do not get in her way. This girl is a train, fast-moving train that's hopped up on a quad mocha. She is really a strong-willed person, and I believe she's been strong-willed since birth. She was probably that very strong-willed 2-year-old. She knows what she wants, and she will figure out how to get it, and you better not be in her way when she's on her way. And this is not so far off from the Mars Sun Cazimi that I just saw Travis has. And he's got a very strong Mars Sun conjunction, and she's got her rising Mars conjunction. These two people are fierce, and they get each other because they both have those fierce Mars ambitions to get it done, to fight for what they believe in, and competitive spirit. I'd love to watch these two play a heated board game someday with kids. They cannot lose, either one of them. And so they're always fighting for a cause as if their life depended on it. And if they team up together, they can solve all the world's problems and they would never fail. They will never lose. But they can get in some fights together because they're both so fiercely competitive. And that Mars is such a fiery, spicy energy, and they both have it, and that's probably why there's this magnetic pull, this intense, sensual attraction to each other. It's like, wow, you're just as powerful as me. I've never met anyone as powerful as me. But that can cause some fights, and they better wear helmets, like in that Taylor Swift song. But they'll get through it, though. I think they'll find their way and be able to talk it through no matter how heated things get, but I wouldn't want to play a board game with them. No. They're going to win. They're very competitive, both of them. And Taylor also has Venus in Aquarius in a very positive sextile to Mars in Sagittarius. And this is just as sexy as hell. We all know that she has this vital life force energy that just demands her friends and lovers both to live up to her level of amazingness. It would exhaust most people, but Travis is actually somebody who can meet her where she is with that Venus in Aquarius, because he just connects to that really well. And both of their Venus, the planet of heart and love, is in a fixed sign. For her, it's Aquarius, fixed sign. For Travis, it's Scorpio, fixed sign. So they have this similar way of loving each other where they like things to be just set in a certain way. Fixed signs don't like change. They like to control the outcome, control the circumstances. I totally get that as a fixed sign myself. And she learns who she is best when she's in relationships with everyone, with others. And everyone she gets close to then becomes a mirror for her. It's a mirror into her own soul. She loves to delve deep and figure out why things are happening to her. And we hear that process in her songs. She loves to travel. That Aquarius loves to travel and be out in the world, just observing human nature for her own brand of storytelling and songs. And Venus, the planet of love, in her third house of communication, she really writes these love letters that become songs. And Taylor has just a stellium of planets in her second house of wealth and making money. So she is somebody who loves to work. And some people might call her a workaholic. I get so frustrated with that. I have a lot of planets in my work too, and it's like she's not a workaholic. She loves work. Can some people just love work and it's not being a holic? She just loves to pour all of her time and energy into her work. It is so gratifying, and that's where she gets all the rewards and energy back. She loves to be in communion with her fans at concerts and writing songs, and she makes a lot of money. Second house is wealth through your hard work, and that stellium of planets there. She's doing what she loves, and the money is clearly following, and I think that's a beautiful thing. And I think that we criticize people for actually loving and wanting to work too much, and there's nothing wrong with that. I think if it's your passion, you can pour your heart and soul into it. And maybe someday she will get married and have a family, and she won't be pouring her whole heart and soul into her work, or maybe she will, but she'll figure it out as she goes along, and it's what she loves to do. So I think she doesn't work too hard at all. I think she works just right. And Taylor's current transits that will be affecting her right now, currently until next spring, she has a Neptune trine ascendant, which is really interesting because Taylor also has a transit with Neptune opposite his Mercury. So they both have Neptune. Neptune is such a romantic planet, and Neptune is in Pisces right now, where Neptune is retrograde. And Neptune in Pisces is this really incredible intuition. And when you have these Neptune transits, it can be a time of intuitive knowing, but you also, because of Neptune is retrograde, you have to be aware of delusions, confusion, and really knowing what you're feeling is real. So there is an opportunity for incredible romance and for wishes coming true under this Neptune trine. Trines are always opportunities, positive outcomes. And this trine that does seem to be happening for Taylor right now, giving her good news, but beware that she might be putting Travis on a pedestal. Because that's what we can do when Neptune trines ascendants. We can sort of idolize somebody, and we can project everything we ever wanted onto somebody who maybe doesn't really have all those features, but we want all these things, and they walk in the door and we just put them on a pedestal and think, this is my everything. And he is her everything, as we saw in the relationship chart. They both are each other's list of desires. But sometimes when you put somebody on your pedestal like that, you're not really seeing them for who they really are, right? A flawed human being, just like everyone else is. That's who everybody is, a flawed human being. And so it's okay to wear those rose-colored glasses for a while when you're falling in love. But this transit will end next March 2024, and when the stardust clears from her eyes, then she will be able to think more clearly about this relationship and really see Travis for truly who he is without projecting her own desires to create him into this thing that she wants him to be. And Taylor also has Jupiter opposite Mars right now. And this transit started in spring of 2023, just as she was moving in the 9-star key into the fast-growing, blooming tree star. I'm going to talk about the 9-star key Eastern astrology reading for both Taylor and Travis. That'll be a separate video. But she got this burst of energy coming from this Jupiter, planet of expansion, opposite Mars, that fiery warrior energy. She was ready to fight, and she needed all that energy because she did that whole year Eros tour. I don't know if any of you were lucky enough to see it. But this burst of energy that came from Jupiter opposite Mars, that gave her so much ambition, so much energy to reach all of her big goals. This will end next May 2024, when she might want to take a little bit of a sabbatical just to recharge the batteries, because Jupiter expands whatever it touches, and Mars was her ambition and her energy levels. So she had more than usual energy for all of 2023. But when we shift into 2024, this is going to mark a slowing down period for her. And this shows up in the 9-star key astrology too, as she moves into the slower growing 4 wood star. She should not overextend herself or make promises about all that she can do next year, because honestly, she won't have this level of motivation that she currently has in 2023 all the way through March 2024. So if there's anything big she wanted to do, she should try to complete the project before 2024's March 2024. Because she just may find herself feeling totally exhausted when this transit passes. And then she will be frustrated that she may have taken on too much. But overall, I see this Venus in Libra is crossing over Travis's sign, and then that Libra eclipse portal will also be affecting Travis. There's so much change that will be affecting her because it's change that's affecting him. And if they're going to be together, his change is going to affect her change. So, but overall, there's no hesitation here in her astrology chart and her transits, because there is this intuitive higher knowing that this is it. And she's really found somebody who respects her independence. And just based on her astrology with her Aquarius, Venus and Aquarius, she needs that kind of freedom and independence. But don't worry, even if Taylor is completely happy and in love, she will still be able to write breakup songs for those of us who aren't. Because I remember watching her Tiny Desk concert at NPR. If you've ever watched that, it's totally worth checking out. It's on YouTube, Tiny Desk NPR with Taylor. And she said that even if she's happy, she could write breakup songs. So I think that we'll still be in luck. But I wish Taylor and Travis the best of luck in getting through 2024 with a lot of changes to come with the eclipse portal, more affecting Travis. But you know, when something's affecting your partner, it's affecting you. So we'll see what is to come. I see in the 9-star key astrology, I see a lot of fertility coming in 2025. So you'll have to watch that video and see if maybe there's children coming. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.